Hello everyone, it's mid-December 2021 and I want to share with you today a near miss we had in our orchard. Here's a pine tree from next door that fell during a pretty nasty windstorm we had a couple weeks ago. You can see here on the left is our pawpaw patch and on the right is the Asian pear, and this thing luckily fell right between it. I mean, it's kind of remarkable. Look how close it is to the pawpaw on the left there. Nothing really sustained damage. We lost one little branch off the pawpaw, and I'll show that later in the video, and that's really it. Here's a tomato cage I had over a grafted pawpaw. Neither little part was damaged somehow. I mean, it's really miraculous that this didn't flatten these things like a pancake. I mean, this was a pretty good sized tree. You'll see here, it fell literally right between our Asian pear and our pawpaws. I mean, if this were 6 inches more to the right, it would have absolutely crushed those two pawpaw trees, just flattened them like a pancake. But we were really lucky. I mean, it was literally within inches of destroying those trees that are just starting to really take, especially the NC1 in the front there. Here's a view from the back. You can see this is a pretty good sized tree. I had to go with stills because the guy was already here with a chainsaw when I took these pictures. So it's a couple days later in this part of the video. We've got the wood all chopped up. All the branches are at the street and gone. But just to show you how big this thing was, it's really amazing. If you ever had this happen, you look at these logs and it really kind of can be deceiving how heavy these things are. I mean, they probably each weigh 100 pounds, no problem. Some of them are 24, 30 inches around. Some of them aren't, you know, some of them are like 18, 12. But we're going to split these up, stack them for firewood, just for our backyard fire pit. There's where it broke off there. You can see it snapped right off that tree. A lot more sun in our side yard now. Minus side is that tree next door. All the weight is on one side. You know, that's what happens when you have sort of like a tree with a Y in it. You know, it's like a wishbone. It just snaps off. Here's the sum total of the damage. One little branch sheared off this pawpaw. It's just amazing. When I saw that tree laying there, this is the branch that was sheared off. I'll just use it as a scion for grafting next year. I assumed that those trees were toast when I saw that out the back door. Here's what I'm going to use to split. There's a lot of channels that show you how to split wood. Buck and Billy Ray is a really good one. He's a Canadian logger. Fantastic channel for wood splitting, axes, chainsaws. I'm not going to record myself because I'm no expert, but we're going to chop away at this, see what we can do. It's a day later. We split a whole bunch of this. This is really knotty, gnarly wood. It's nasty. Some of it's nice, but most of it's just a bunch of knots. And when you're splitting those giant logs like that, you just work from the outside in. You know, just start chipping off pieces until you get to where it's just solid knots and you can't do anything. So I'll stack those on the bottom of the pile, let them sit for a couple of years, and then they'll split a lot better. But we got a whole bunch of wood here to play with, which is nice. And it's starting to snow, so it's good we got it in while we did. So thank you for watching. Everything's back to normal back there. Catastrophe averted in the pawpaw patch, and we'll see you again soon.